Sorry, Mom, it turns out it's just toys and stuff in there. Up we go. I'm guessing,
Ooh, you have apple cider, honey? You want some apple cider?
Yeah.
Let's go. He's not sure what to make of things right now.
But I mean, it's open, it's not...
Cheers. Kick off to the holiday season.
Cheers, guys. Here's the trains.
I'm not worried about getting down. I'm just going to basically grab him and walk down there.
Oh, good boy. Good boy's on the train. You got a picture on the thing, huh?
I know, I took a picture.
Did you take a picture of this? Like, did you use the .5 to show what you had to climb up?
I'll do that. Christopher, look at Mama. Yay! Oh my
You want to see if he wants a milk bone?
Not on the train.
No, good boy.
You don't want this dog vomiting. That looks tricky. I'll try to get everything in there. Those crazy stuff. I'm thinking,
Yeah. Why did you see that? I thought it would just be a picture.
yay!
I thought it was like, would be like a big staircase and then this is all like...
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Like this is a platform, right? Just how much you want to stick his head
So we
out?
decided to ride on a little historic railroad up in the mountains near Yosemite. And Roxanne booked the cupola in the caboose, which is where we are right
Not
now.
knowing what it
The
was.
only problem is, this is how you get into the cupola. There are 4 seats. The stairs are basically a ladder, and we had to get this up into it. So, entertaining all around. Say hi. Hi. Let's say hi.
Happy trails.
Say hi. Hi. Say woof.
He's not sticking his head out. Give him a turn around. The window,
So there's a mountain out there. It's called Spectrum. You can see it on the horizon over there.
Yeah.
From Spectrum all the way to Chowchilla Mountain, which is north or just south of Mariposa, and then all the way up north. This was all the logging operation. 32,000 land, and during their 32-year history, they completely cleared cut every single square foot. All these trees that you see around us when you're driving through Oakers, these are all less than 100 years old.
Wow.
This was the furthest south line they took all the lumber down to Sugar Pine, which is a little town at the bottom of the canyon. That's what the hill was. And at Sugar Pine, they had a log flume that carried the timber.
I saw that, 54 miles of log flume. So that was from Sugar Pine.
All the way to Madeira. And it went 4,000 feet down in elevation over 54 miles. And we just kind of looked like it's a V-shaped wedge.
Yeah.
Huge water. It shortened the trip from the mill to 8 hours. It used to be 2.5 days to get away. Also give a very interesting form of transportation if you had traveled lumberjacks. Imagine if you're a lumberjack up here 100 years ago, a lot of cash in your pocket, and the next couple days off of the river all the way to Madeira. So you can take a wagon to be there in 2.5 days, or you can take that log and do that afternoon.
Wow.
So just to sit down, you had to sort of stand and work your way down. There were sections of the flume.
Oh, they would stand and ride the logs just like log ride. Okay.
Exactly, yeah, they would stand. Sometimes if their rough cuts were small enough, they could clamp together to make a little bit of a flume raft. But there were sections of the flume that went through tunnels, like very narrow tunnels through mountains. Other sections that were about 2.5 and in some spots spots actually reach 50 miles an hour.
Wow.
If you're brave enough, you can do it. You'd have to do it for 8 hours. No stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, and also, that log the lifeline to the hospital in Madeira. They would make a flume raft which went pretty much the width of the belt, about 5 feet across, as high as they could get it. The company nurse would take the wounded lumberjack and give him a whole bottle of Jack Daniels and tell him to drink all of it.
Wow.
And while he was doing that, the other lumberjacks would fashion under the flume raft. Once he was properly inebriated, they'd strap him down to it, push him on his merry way down to Madeira, and hopefully someone would take him out of the The reason why they gave him a whole bottle, these guys had high tolerances, but they wanted to make him alcohol, basically. They didn't want to be conscious for that, right? Because just imagine, you're in pain from a mortal wound. The whiskey might numb a little bit, but you're in pain. You're being splashed with water. You're going 50 miles an hour sometimes underground, sometimes you probably die a lot of that.
Wow.
Well, but beyond that, like, it's why drunk drivers, when they get in accidents, typically have less injuries because the body's just, you're like rubber. And so, you know, because you're going to get knocked around if they're
Exactly. So we have records that happened to 5 guys, and all of them lived, but they didn't have any. Everyone asked them, like, "Well, what happened? Can you tell us about it?" And they're like, "I don't remember."
I would imagine that the brain is also pretty good at saying, yeah, we're not going to remember this part.
Yeah, right. Let's just forget about that.
We're just going to blank this out.
Right, yeah. Especially when you go back to work, it's like you might get like a tree falling on your leg or something, and it's like, now you gotta go back.
Wow.
Or it's when a tree bucks back, it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of accidents that we did have a company here, and she could patch them up as best as she could. But the company doctors in the early days were all down in Madeira. They did finally start staffing here at Sugar Pine. Where we're going to be going down to, where we stopped, was like that'd be the north end of town. There used to be a town down here. There's a lot of people that live down here. About I want to say 50 to 60 buildings. They had a bowling alley. They had a movie theater at the end. Very prohibition and
Yeah.
So the company
Is it still active town or
it is a Christian summer camp now. So there's only 5 buildings that still exist. There's the Olds Concrete Powerhouse, the post office, or what was the company store back then, and then 3 company homes. That's all that remains.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There used to be, so when they first opened up, they needed to attract government out here. So after they got their first 2 workers up here, they opened up a brothel. So that brought something. But then they brought their wives. They didn't like us. They closed it down. They had a place at a movie theater, bowling alley. The last movie they played, from what I understand, was a mouse cartoon before they closed down.
Oh wow.
But it's just really, really cool in history. Once you see it, I'll point it out. All you guys are going to see is this raw forest. They completely.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing how nature takes over.
Oh yeah, this is all natural. They tried in 1985. There's a guy with his goats and ate all the leaves out.
Oh wow.
Right.
You guys came at a perfect time. All the trees that are turning yellow right now, those are the black oak. Those are kind of reddish coloration. Pacific Rockwood. You're only going to be up there for about another week. Rain or possible snow next Thursday, in which case they'll all equal out. Everything will be a winter wonderland by that point. We've also been seeing quite a bit of bears along this road down here.
Yeah. You see them sometimes all the time.
So there's not a bear. Yeah, move it back.
Any idea where I can put it?
I'll take it.
No.
Just hand it to me.
I'm working on it.
That way you can turn around. You want me to take it back? I don't want him to stress. I want him to enjoy it. Look. Just
No.
you pretend like you're in a
house I used to live in, we were halfway up the hill in Vancouver, and my dad parked in front of the house, I parked in the back. That's when the garbage cans were. Walking up to get my car one night and realized there was a grizzly rooting in the garbage. And went back in the house and said, Dad, I'll be taking your car tonight.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
But yeah, and when I was in the Army, it's like you learn what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Bear skip, come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Well,
Even a couple rounds of 7.62 won't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, people don't comprehend how big a grizzly is, let alone how big a polar bear is.
Right, yeah.
Polar bears make grizzlies look like black bears.
Exactly, yeah. Those are scary. Like, a lot of people don't realize that the polar bears will attack you from the distance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even your grizzly can still run at like 40 miles an hour for short distances.
Wow.
They'll run you down. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Did you ever get a moose up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. The moose, I've heard they're pretty mean too.
Moose are mean for two really good reasons. One, they're dumb as shit. And number two, they're nearsighted as hell.
Okay.
So like one of the most common things that happens with close encounters with moose, crossing the highway at night, and you stop your car, but people leave the headlights on, the moose feels threatened, it attacks the car. And a moose will do a number on your car. It will mess you up. Please relax, man.
You have to turn your headlights off?
You turn your headlights off, yeah.
I would.
Yeah, you turn your headlights off and you just start backing up slowly. Because once you turn the headlights off, they can't see you anywhere. Like, whoa, they disappeared. But you also get cases of like in Banff and places like that.
Yeah.
Because moose are scavengers, like so many animals are. And so when we leave garbage all over the place, so if you're walking around in Banff, you'll see them in the township walking around. And you'll have the stupid ass tourists, the ones who are likely to be gored by buffalo and Yellowstone and stuff.
Yeah, we saw that.
They'll walk up to a moose to get their picture taken beside the moose. And some of them will touch the moose. So skittish, dumb, nearsighted, you just hit the trifecta. When you get stomped by a moose, because what you don't realize, like I was driving with a friend one time and we saw these moose. We just kept driving, drove right past them. They're like 5 feet away. And I'm freaking the hell out. He lived up in that area, so he knew what was going on. The bottom of the belly of the moose is above the roof of my car. That's what baby are. Like their legs are like stilts. There's a good video that I see every once in a while of a moose running through snow. And it was filmed by somebody who was on a train clearing a train that was clearing tracks. And this moose just went right past them.
How high was the snow?
Snow is about 5 feet. Because they've got those spindly legs,
Right,
so
they just go right through it.
and they're so powerful.
Yeah, they're like pure muscle. Yeah. Yeah, we saw moose at a zoo, and I was like, I did not realize how. We had a painting when I was a kid of a moose, like in like grizzly
I thought you would have a
stuff. I
out the
didn't
window
realize
the entire
until I
time.
saw one at the zoo. It was far away. I'm like, that is
I saw an elephant in Thailand once, and it was just like,
wow. Yeah, we swapping ranger stories with my wife went with Nelson about buffaloes. My buddy Logan is a Yosemite Park ranger. He went with us, and in Yosemite about 18 or so years ago, a German photographer was there, like avid photographer. He saw a black bear, and he had thought, oh, I could just go up and take a picture. And he chased it pretty much to where it felt threatened.
Yeah.
And he said that if Logan, my buddy, said that this bear went over a hillock, and the German tourist went over to get a picture, and right as he pressed it, the black bear was right there. He just felt threatened and scared, but he caught it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Well, that's the thing that people don't realize. Black bears are pretty skittish. They're not a lot bigger than us. And there's so many videos you see of people just going, and it runs away. So if you see a black bear, that's why they say attack. But if it feels threatened, it will ruin your day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a bear run into our station or shed about 2 or 3 years ago before I was working here. There was about 100 people. They all swarmed the outside of the shed to see the bear. So our conductor out, and our track foreman, this grizzled guy with a cigarette in his mouth, came in and was like, "Come on, man!" Like talking to like a puppy. Like, "It's okay, come out." And it bolted, it ran out.
Oh yeah,
they're skittish, like you said.
They're like big dogs.
They really are. Yeah, like raccoons. It's like you didn't want to corner one, but they're not going to come up to you and
you do. Yeah, you do not want to. Well, any animal, wild or domesticated, like he's a sweetheart, but if he felt threatened, it probably wouldn't end well.
Oh, yeah, but that ranger in Yellowstone, we were swapping stories, and he talked about the countless people getting gored by buffalo or run over by buffalo.
The entire ecosystem just completely changed. Rivers so the beavers start doing this, and then they start putting other animal populations in check, which allows other animal populations to start we don't necessarily draw those parallels between animals and plants, water flow, all the things do you want to get down so we can go to the water?
Look at these log chairs, Christopher. Does that look fun?
No, alligators are they're absolutely insane. If that dog is not running a marathon twice a day. Oh yeah, no, and their ability to jump and do stuff and just the focus and you know, like Joe Rogan, like he mentions them a lot. It's really kind of funny. He's like, they're staring you down, man. They're like, they know what you're thinking.
Right? Yeah, they can look right through you. They can read you. They're smart dogs. Germans are smart dogs too.
Smart dogs with a big jump street.
Oh yeah.
We think he's part Mally because of the body shape and stuff.
I'm trying to get a picture of the two of you looking out the window.
My husband's really smart. He's so naughty that she'll play the picture of her.
Yeah, I've heard that huskies tend to be a bit mischievous.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're being such a good boy.
The best picture for this is after she got bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh no.
Clippers, can you leave this one open?
Right in the bottom. So the local vet was closed. We found out you can give them EMS going like
I mean, rattlesnake in New Orleans before. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So my wife was really skeptical. She's like, I don't know if I want to try that. Yeah, before chunks of it.
Yeah, I used to travel internationally a lot. When I gave up any issues with other types of protein, it's like barbecued stingray, absolutely. Whatever.
We have that, so I like to go hunting and where I live, there's a North Pole.
Where's the bathroom? Well, when I moved to the U.S., beef in Canada is primarily grain-fed. Beef in the U.S. is primarily corn-fed. So I would always be throwing out my milk thinking that I'm back because it was so much sweeter and so lost really quick. And years for me to not just assume that my beef and my milk was bad. And it was beef, like that's why like across here, grass-fed beef, special fish. Right, yeah. And oh yeah. Yeah, grain and grass-fed. There's just not so much sweetness.
Exactly. It's a whole different, yeah.